I just used a really big word, and I don't ever do that. But
this like self quarantining is like really expanding your mind. This is a special edition online by choice. I want to remind all of our listeners that we, the people, govern ourselves, and we have made the responsible decision to socially distance ourselves and maintain this over a digital platform during this whole coronavirus outbreak. Thank you so much. I am joined here by Mr. Jamey Whitley, one of the co-founders of the Card 53.
And if we need Brad, I'll just go get him.
Oh yeah, Brad is 2 doors down. So what we do here, right, for the suggestion graveyard is every time we grab the suggestions from our last live show, because they're written and thrown into a bucket, and we always have a bunch that are left over that are, the suggestion graveyard. They are basically tossed. We decided to give those suggestions a new meaning, a new opportunity at life by discussing them in the context of what we would do if we got that suggestion, perhaps some improv tips, what goes through our minds, a little behind the scenes. And now, for those of you who know, our last show was canceled until further notice. So you might be asking, where are these suggestions coming from? Jamey, where did you find them?
All right. So I've flooded my back hallway. And in doing so, I flooded my storage room. So I was cleaning out my storage room, and I found these suggestions.
Wow.
That Aaron put in a Ziploc bag after – this is either from the very first show we did like slip suggestions and put in buckets, or the second show we did slips and buckets.
Yeah, because that's the different colored cards. I mean, after we ran out of those different colors, we got lazy and stopped doing colors. So
we need to keep going back to that. So,
yeah, that's OG.
So are we going through all these? Or we can just grab a handful?
Every single one. No, we'll maybe do like 5 or 10 each. And then once we get bored of each other, then we can stop and let Brad edit all the interesting parts in.
So the first one I've got is this must have been from the last presidential election. I've got Bernie Sanders.
Oh my gosh.
Feel the burn.
Wow. That's full circle.
He's feeling the burn right now.
Right. Yeah, that's what they're all saying. I would, I'd probably do something related to some kind of heartburn, just to kind of take it a different angle, because it's kind of hard. Because, you could, in the one sense, pigeonhole yourself and reenact some political drama, or you could take that suggestion and have something fun with it. Like
Weekend at Bernie's.
Yeah, that's another good one. I don't know about you, but I get a lot of joy out of trying to reenact the dancing scenes from Weekend at Bernie's. Like you're a dead person and you're slowly starting to move one part of your body at a time.
Yeah. Like you weren't at the Lufkin show, but we actually got Bernie Sanders for What Are You Returning? And I was about to go out and do that and then fall on the ground, but then he guessed it before I went out.
All right, what's our next one?
Next one for you is in different color. So blue.
Okay, the first one was blue. Okay.
Pink, librarian.
Okay, so I'm already going to guess that pink is occupation.
Sounds good. Or we could do an entire scene not talking.
or just would have to justify shushing each other the entire time. And so it becomes this game within a game.
So I probably don't need to be in it. The loudest person.
You would come in at the end. We're just super loud and it's end scene.
Okay, true story. I'm pretty sure this is from the last presidential election. Bernie Sanders.
Oh my gosh.
But look at this. Yellow, and blue.
Time out. We may have mixed colors in the buckets.
We probably did.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah,
that game just broke. All right, we'll grab another one. That's a burn. I mean, no pun intended, I guess, there.
Your 49th birthday party. So happy birthday. They're probably 50 now. Happy 51
right?
birthday.
So where would you go with that one?
Funeral.
Yeah, of course, because You're basically there.
Right. Circle of life.
One of the exercises we do in improv, sometimes to get our brains rolling, right, is like word ball, where you have a suggestion and you'll, go around in a circle, or in this case, be back and forth. And
Right.
you'll just, first thing that comes to your mind that's related to that idea. So 49th birthday, candles,
Cake.
food,
Balloons.
pop,
Corn.
farming.
Agriculture.
All right. So let's do a scene about agriculture. And the whole audience is going to be like, how was that related to 49th birthday? Well, that's the fun, is like, then how can you interconnect those, right? Like you might start a scene that's about farming, and then it's like, boom.
You burn it all down. You make that.
You burn it all down. All right, what do we got next?
This is for you because you're a scientist. Lunar eclipse.
Was it at the same time that a certain someone was staring into the lunar eclipse? That was a solar eclipse, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was a solar eclipse that you're not supposed to stare into. Yeah, lunar eclipse. I mean, my head goes straight to like werewolves, goes straight to like, even though that's a full moon, it's kind of the opposite, but it just makes me think of like those mythical fairy tale creatures, villainous creatures, like either a werewolf or a Dracula, a vampire, or something like that. Yeah,
makes me want to turn around, bright eyes, because every now and then I fall apart, and I need you here tonight. Take the R off of lunar, and it could be the Luna eclipse, the Lua eclipse.
The Lua eclipse.
R off, and then turn the N upside down.
Okay. And then it could be me eclipsing my wife. What are you trying to say? Am I holding her back? Is that what you're suggesting here? You
are saying there's going to be a baby boom in 9 months. I
don't know about that. She's been, I'm really proud of Lua. She's a nurse, so she's been pretty busy. And, everyone who's working in the medical field right now, I don't know, it takes a lot of courage. And it's a bummer because they don't have access to a lot of PPE. So they're kind of left to continue doing their jobs without the proper protection that they need. And so just a quick little salute to all of our just exquisite medical professionals out there that are on the front lines. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And first responders.
And first responders. Well, I consider them a certain level of medical professionals. Absolutely. Yes, you too.
Speaking of wearing appropriate protection gear, the next suggestion, mowing naked.
Oh, Nelly.
Naked. You're not worried about germs.
Well, see, what came to my mind was, I can be almost a little worried about like grass stains. So it's like if you took that character to the extreme where you don't want anything to get stained or anything to get dirty, you can quickly and easily shower yourself, but your clothes, you get that grass stain on it and it's stuck on there. So I'd probably take that as a type of like a character trait, like a type of person. What type of person would mow naked? What does that person now look like in an everyday scene in their job?
Yeah, because that is how we come up with characters sometimes. It's like your character has some kind of weird, like what if we're starting like a psychologist scene or a counseling session and I have an issue because I like to mow naked.
Right. Yeah. Where would you go with tree?
I mean, you could do something about Christmas and Santa.
Well, I like to think about all the things you can do with a tree. You could be building a tree house with your son. And so right there, you establish a who, what, where, like a strong relationship. It could be you're using wood to build furniture. You're a carpenter. You could do like an apprentice and a master type thing. And again, you're building a nice relationship there and a who, what, where.
Ancestry.com.
Sorry, can you say that again?
Ancestry.com. So like a family tree.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like a pedigree. Yeah.
All right. Next one is, I've decided yellow was a dangerous occupation.
Librarian was in there.
And Bernie Sanders.
This is true. That is high stress.
Mowing naked.
Oh, mowing naked. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
This next one is snipe hunting, which I have no idea what this is. So, what do we do when we have no clue what a suggestion is? Snipe hunting. Do you know what snipe is?
Well, so yeah, I know what snipe hunting is. And it's like a little, so unless there's a different reference, but when I was told about it and after looking it up, it's like this little prank thing that they pull on people that know nothing about really hunting in general. And I can't remember what it is. It's like they get to use a pillowcase to try and catch a bird at nighttime near water. Like it's some like really ridiculous like tradition that they try and get you to do that is all fake. It's all like, it's not real. Snipe hunting is not a real thing. Now, unless this person is referring to, I don't know, some other type of snipe hunt, like using a sniper to hunt.
Yeah, see, that's where I would go. I would be like a sniper, and we're looking for another sniper.
Yeah, that's probably what I would go with. And since it's a dangerous occupation, I would play along the lines of not being certain if my target is actually an animal or a person. And you could bring that around to Dick Cheney. You can add some like political jokes in there.
Yeah, or you bring in PETA. Have a activist against PETA. I have a clue what they are. Like that one time, I got a euphemism. I had no idea it was a euphemism, and I still took it. But you guys went with it. But I didn't know what it was. And also,
that's the story. That's the story of my life.
Yeah, I was gonna say because how do you get American preferences because you're from Canada?
Yeah, there's a lot of times where I've even said euphemisms for things that are very inappropriate unknowingly. I didn't know that it meant something else. Like I once joked, someone was saying, I had a professor one time, fortunately a Spanish professor, so she didn't know either. But she was disappointed that many of us had done poorly on the exam. And she was like, I thought it was really easy. And from the back of the classroom, I said, "You're easy." I just like a "your" joke. Not knowing what that had a different meaning. I was just saying "your" and repeating whatever she had just said about us or about the exam. And my friend looks at me like, "Are you kidding me right now?" I was like, "Wait, does that mean something else?" Yeah. That's the story of my life. And that's why I think, at least I think it can be considered an asset in improv because I see things very differently. I don't see things the way most people understand them. You can call it.
Well, and like going back to when you first joined and the adjective that you use when you use a broom.
Brooming? Yeah.
You're like, what are you talking about?
Like, yeah, no, brooming's a word.
Yeah, we had to go with it. We're a team. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Frogman.
Oh, nice.
So that's do you know what a frogman is?
It's an actual thing?
Yeah. So that's actually kind of a term for a Navy SEAL.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
See, that's a scene you don't want me starting because I would have gone somewhere completely different.
But it would have been fun.
Yeah, this is true.
Because it's snipe hunting. We're not needing to go back with Navy SEAls.
That's true. See, I would think like a frogman, I would almost think of it, frogs undergo a pretty discrete transition from like water to land, right? Like from tadpole to like being the terrestrial thing. So I'd think of maybe like, how can you do a scene about a person that's undergoing some major life transformation?
Oh, yeah. And that could go really deep because that could get like mental.
Yeah. I mean, and I love those scenes that at least start deep and then you add some ridiculous premise. You maintain the seriousness, but if you can keep a straight face with that ridiculous premise, it becomes a lot of fun to play with.
Oh yeah, totally agree. Yeah, I mean, I love making it awkward.
Yeah. Let's do a couple more.
All right, I got to pick a different color because I got a bunch of yellows in front of me. I think yellow also. Oh wait, well, I picked up rock climbing and it's yellow, so this is another dangerous activity.
That is dangerous activity. Yeah, I think we tried doing a scene once about rock climbing, where we used the stage as a vertical surface, so we were on the ground with all four limbs and climbing it. I mean, it was a fun scene. I don't know that it works in every environment. I don't know how it would work at the Liberty. It would have to be in a very specific environment for it to work well.
Yeah, it's like one of those is like skydiving. You kind of start out from the beginning of, we're going to put the harness on, and then where are we going to go?
Yeah.
It's challenging for us because there's only a few places you could go. I might look at it like, what if we're camping?
Yeah.
Campsite? Like, or what if we're like Cliffhanger? Did you ever see the movie Cliffhanger?
No, I never saw it.
He was like a forest ranger.
Okay.
In like Colorado. So he, you could go forest ranger even.
Right.
I do that. I'll go with like what movies that remind me of, and then I use that as inspiration.
That's a good way to go. And I think, there's certain scenes. So in improv, even though we're making things up as we go, we still want to create a believable reality. So if we're doing a scene about jumping out of an airplane or the physical act of climbing rocks, you're going to go into disbelief very quickly because we can't actually climb up into the air or fall in the sky. Like you have to, at least to some degree, create that reality in a way that's at least somewhat believable or engaging enough that people get, think that it could be real, so.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, here is a good one that would incorporate Austin and Steve and Aaron and RJ. Freestyle mountain climbing. So it's like rock climbing, but with music about rapping.
Oh,
so
man.
Like rap. And if we didn't rap well, it'd be the proverbial comparison. I just use a really big word and I don't ever do that. But
this like self quarantining is like really expanding your mind. Are you reading books?
Yeah. So it'd be like we died or like fell off the mountain.
And then there's a rap about it.
Yeah.
When there's a scene like that, what's going through your mind in terms of how you can contribute?
So if I have to end up rapping, what I have to do is go, I'm in front of a stage. I have to commit. So I have to just try and commit and try and be in rhythm. And then if I fail, I'm going to fail hard. Yeah. Because I feel like failing in comedy is also funny. So, or if I accidentally end my first line with truck, everybody else has an idea of what I'm going to end a second line with, and I'm going to not say it.
Hockey puck.
Yeah. Exactly. Right. Yeah. I try not to ever say hockey puck in a single show.
I totally agree. I think at the least failing is funnier and or better than not committing. Because when you don't commit or when you start feeling awkward or feeling like you're not performing well, then the audience starts to feel awkward. Whereas if you just commit and give it your all, it might suck, but at least you're still keeping the audience engaged and the audience knows that you're having fun. And as long as you're having fun, they are still relaxed and they could be having fun as well.
So it's like, I'm either going to commit, it's going to work, or if I fail, I'm going to fail hard.
Fail hard.
But then also too, I know I've got Aaron and Steve and RJ behind me that can rap, that if I fail, they're going to come in behind me and do something incredible that people are going to forget about that I just failed. Right. It's like, just like the whole, we take care of each other. So
that's the what I love about improv. It's a team sport. Without your team, you cannot succeed. You need to rely on each other. And it, just like you said it, I'm not too worried because if there's a rap scene and I need to rap, I know as long as I commit and I push through, those other guys that on our team that are specialized and do very well in that will take care of me. The same way that if two of our guys are struggling in a scene, I'm going to be thinking about how I can come out to help basically save them, help to escalate the situation, create a conflict, help identify the who, what, where, and help cover each other's back because we are in it as a team.
Yeah, for sure. And I know like the one thing you can do that nobody else can is beatbox. So if we're doing like a show and all of a sudden we get something that has to rap in the middle of the scene, I know you're there to like beatbox,
Absolutely. Yeah, if there is no beat, if Austin is not there for whatever reason, especially corporate shows or whatnot, and there's a rap scene coming up, I mean, yeah, I'm there beatboxing for sure.
Telling Hillary
She lost. That's interesting. So wait, would that have been after Trump won the election?
Yeah. So we're talking almost 4 years ago, these suggestions. This is a suggestion catacombs.
Oh my gosh.
Evil graveyard.
Well, keep those suggestions because we might need those exact same ones come this November again.
If that's the first time we come back to the show, we'll be there. Oh, I see what you mean, because there's another election. This is what it's like. Perform with me, because I sometimes am not there.
Oh, I see what you did there. Oh, wait, I didn't know you were talking about the election all along. I was playing a fool.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, hey, it was nice to catch up with you. I really do miss performing with you and the rest of the guys. And looking forward to being on the stage again. Yeah,
we're going to do some more stuff, during this time. We're going to figure this out. We're going to entertain you guys somehow, some way, somehow. Possibly, yeah. Yeah, we got all kinds of ideas a brewing, but it's just about how to execute. It's really hard to execute good improv comedy on the interwebs with a group of people. We could all do a 24-hour marathon of each person going solo on Zoom, singing Total Eclipse of the Heart. Oh, gosh. Oh, that sounds horrible. For 24 hours. It's going to fall apart. You're already started. All right. Well, all right, Jamie. Hey, thank you so much. And thank y'all for tuning in to the 5th episode of the Suggestion Graveyard. And please do subscribe. Down here, down there, I don't know where that button's going to show, but hit that subscribe button. And, we still got a few more of these to do, at least that we can do virtually. We still do have another set of suggestions as well hidden somewhere. Yes. And so we can use those. So thank you so much for tuning in. And hey, everyone stay safe. This Suggestion Graveyard is brought to you by Integra Insurance Services. Wow. This is why we put our own pins on stage that you guys can take so that you can have a Card 53 pin and not Integra. Yeah. Yeah. I'm so glad we did that we're sponsoring ourselves when it comes to pens now.